Right, okay, welcome back to part fucking 4 after the day after the night before. How's it going, everyone? How are we doing? Right, we're now going to get some serious shit kicking off, right? Right, okay, so what are we up to? Well, we're doing the fucking we're doing the Bombay potatoes now. So a wooden spoon is engaged. I'm going to have to use because of the wooden spoon. There's a couple of adaptations that I want to do to the curry because I need to put a little bit more. I was a bit peckish last night, so I basically ate half of one of them chicken thighs that are in the curry. But there's other things I want to put in as well, just as to pep it up a little bit more and to get a little bit more intoxicated on the integration of the situation. Right, we've got fucking chopper, we've got all the bits and all the bobs. Right, garlic we need to start sorting out, right? So there we go. So I'm glad everyone's back. I'm glad everyone's enjoying it. And we're all going through the same fucking translocation of an Indian Makeaway together. We're like holding hands through time and space. I'm over here and you're over there. We're all across different worlds and continents, and we're all saying to each other, yep, Sergeant's just a bollocks and we need to transmogrify that scenario. Right, so there we go. So on the advertisement front, I'm only like semi-advertised. We're not talking like a full-blown advertisement. That will obviously happen as the situation continues, right? So there we go. So what have we got to do? Well, we've got the Bombay potatoes to do, right? Now, a lot of people might be saying, oh, we're doing Bombay potatoes again. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I like eating them, so it's just a case of that's why we're doing it. It's nothing like me saying to you, oh, fucking hell. I'm just saying, oh, fucking hell, right? So, Bombays. What about Bombays? Well, Bombays are lush, right? Everyone loves a fucking Bombay potato. Right, I'm going to do some garlic. I want it sliced. Now you could chop it up into finer chunks if you want, or you could just do big chunks, or you could just squirt it in like a squirting squirter, like a whirling dervish squirting about, not knowing what he's doing, not like me and not like you who know exactly what we're doing. And why is that the case? Well, it's the case of many things and many factors, yeah? It's a case of, oh, okay, I might have only been able to fucking make cheese on toast, but now through watching Sergeant, I'm basically almost as good as him. Not as good, obviously, but like almost, so it's just that sort of thing. Right, so I'm going to chop the garlic up, so I want quite a bit of garlic in here. Right, while we're doing that, I need to pour the oil in. Right, now, I'm only using a vegetable oil. I'm not using like coconut oil or butter ghee or anything like that. So it's not too much, right? So that's the sort of situation we're going for, right? So right, let me just get my brain worked out here. So it's about 12:30 in the afternoon here. Yeah, I just couldn't complete it last night. I was thinking about it and I just thought I'm so fucked. Like the advertisement was high. By the time I'd have completed the whole thing, I probably would have fucked it right up anyway, especially when we're coming down to the naan. And then we're probably looking about fucking like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm not doing that, right? I mean, the whole video process took most of the day anyway. I mean, like, what more do you want? I mean, what do you want? Blood out of the stone, or do you want to fucking chop my arms off as well? That's what I'm saying. Right, I had a bit of droppage in the last video, so we are checking camera production. Right, okie dokie. Right, let's get ready. Now, before we do anything, I want to get all things prepared, right? I need a bowl. Now, we're going to do the same as before. We're going to get our spices ready. We're getting ready for transmodification, right? And here we go. Right. So I'm going to go for the powders first. So I've got some Madras curry powder. So I want about a teaspoon of that in. I'm going to do the powders first. We'll do the wood spices first and then the powders, alright? Right, we've got our turmeric. Oh shit. There's quite a bit of turmeric in there. That's right, it's not a problem. More the merrier and everyone's a winner. Now, for hotness, I'm going to use cayenne pepper, alright? Now I've got some chili powder, but I thought we'll go for a bit of cayenne instead, alright? Right, we've got the fennel seeds, the mustard seeds and the cloves, right? We're going to give the powder a mix round. I'm going to put a bit of sea salt in that as well, a bit of black pepper as well, and just a splash of white pepper, just to say that we can do it, right? Okie dokie. Right, garlic. Let's get it in. Right, so you don't want this to be like ultra sizzling away. We just want almost like a gentle blend. Like it's almost as if you was caressing your own cat if you got a cat. I've got a cat. Her name's Minster. Minster's doing fine. She's done a poo earlier on actually, and I actually think she stepped in it, but she hasn't said to me anything. I did say to her, have you actually stepped in your own plop? And then she just gave me a look, went meow, and then that was it really. So right, so we're going to give this a go. While that's whizzing round, right, we've got the potatoes. Now I'm using tin potatoes, right? These are actually very good for Bombay potatoes, and we're going to need them. We're going to need them for what I'm going to be doing for the curry as well. So the curry's just in the fridge. Right, okay. So be careful about always careful about opening your tins. You do not want to ambulance yourself through. You know, you might say, oh well, Sergeant, I can do it just like you. Well, can you? This is the question. Can you really? You probably can't. You might give it a go, and then you might say, oh, Sergeant was right, I can't actually do it because I'm shit. And that might be the case. You might be really poor at cooking. I don't know. Right? Right. I want to get these cut up. I want them cut up into a situation. So, there we go. Right, so yes, a lot of use. These are just like new potatoes in a tin. They're very nice and they're very emotional, right? You could stand there bothering peeling potatoes and going through the motions and all that bollocks, but at the end of the day, we're looking for ease of access, yeah? Sometimes ease of access is a good thing, and sometimes it can cost you a lot of money. So make of that what you will. I've had a bit of easy access in the past, and it used to cost me about £600 a month. So there we are. Right, and a lot of aggro in the meantime as well. So, well, not that much aggro. She was alright actually, my bird. So there we go. But I haven't had a bird now for about 18 years. So I mean, I met a couple of birds in the past, but you know, it was just a bit weird. I just couldn't really get to grips with it, to be honest with you. You know, once you've been on your own for a long time, it's tricky. It can be tricky. So, okie dokie. Am I thinking, is that going to be enough is that going to be enough potato? I'm not too sure it is actually. Alright, I've got another one out if I feel I have to put some more in. Alright. Right, so the garlic's now cooking off, right? So now this is where we're going to put in our wood spices, right? So I'm going to go for some cloves. They're going in. We're going to whack in capful of mustard seeds. Now you're supposed to put white mustard seeds in this as well. We haven't got any, so that's why I'm not putting it in. So okie dokie, some fennel. There we go. Right, some cumin seeds. I ain't got a lot of these left, so I've got to go a bit sparingly on the old cumin seeds. Yes, there we are. We forgot to put in the coriander powder as well, so let's do that. There we are. A bit of everyone loves a coriander. You can always take it out and give her a mandarin and a bit of a finger in. Alright. Right, let's get this, let's crack this up a little bit now. Right, so this is a stage in the process, yeah, that we have to observe and we have to witness it. And it's a case of witnessing to believe it, because if you can't believe it, you'll just fucking say, oh, I can't believe Sergeant's too amazing, even I can't believe it. Now, I'm going to use now, I've already done we've done the onion barging mix earlier, haven't we? So, I say we, I mean I have, you haven't done shit, all you've done is sat there and watched, so, you know what I mean, what can I say? I mean, if you want to try to recreate these recipes at home, you can give it a go. But if it doesn't come out all successfully, which the chances are is very, very slim, yeah, you're not going to be quite as qualified as I am. I'm going to put in some butter as well. Okie dokie. There we are. So, yeah, what was happening? What's been going on? So, we've had comments going on. Again, either Mr. Johnny K himself has busted himself into the comment section. Yeah, they probably do know a bit poor work, Johnny K. I just didn't really want to. I wanted to leave picking my tips up until when I go back to work, because I'm gonna have no money next week, and we don't get paid until the week fucking after. That's the problem. Right, okay. And Sergeant and Ronaldsworth basically said, you know, you can cook the rice with the lid on and all that business. Don't need to, Mr. Ron. I know what I'm fucking doing. That's basically, people who cook the rice like that are for people who've got no idea what they're doing, and they're not expertise enough to be able to notice when the rice is done by eye, right? By eye knowledge. Yeah, that's what it's all about at the moment. Right, okay, so, right, I'm now going to whack in the spices, the powdered spices, they go in as well. There we go, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit now. We just want to give these spices round a nice cook off, right? Now I'm going to have to use this pan. Now I'm going to get a box out, a 4 litre, to put the Bombays in, because we are going to need that at some point. So I'm not too sure if I've got enough Bombay potatoes in there. I'm not confident in that, to be honest. So I'm going to have to open this tin up as well. So I've got to keep an eye on that because I don't want it to burn. So I've got to be fairly quick. Right, okay. I need a knife. I can detect something. Right, okay. I'm now going to put in, that is the tomato puree. Right, that's the tomato puree going in there now. Oh, okay. So at the moment it looks like a puddle of mud. It's not. It's your deceiving eyes against my expertise knowledge of amazingness now. So there we are. Right, okie dokie. So, right, we have got a bit of I've had a bit of a Zoom meeting with the lower echelons of Michelin earlier, and I think everyone knows, right? So basically what I'm going to say is the last we heard, right, we're putting these tomatoes as well now actually. Right. Now obviously the last we heard, yeah, Double Agent 119 did abscond from the authorities of Jamaica. They did try to pursue him on their claptat boat that they've had for 25 years. And they managed to bodge it and get it fixed, but it wasn't really like a proper job. It basically got about, I think it got about a distance from shore, about 12 metres, and it just puffed up in smoke and blew up. And of course, like the Jamaican authorities, they leaped out the boat. They can't swim anyway, and I think 3 of them drowned. One of them made it back to shore with a leg wound, and one of them else made it back to shore missing both of his arms, because he got bitten off by a tiger shark. Now, I don't know how that's possible if you can swim with no arms. He did it, so if he can do it, you can too, right? So it hasn't gone down very well, right? Okie dokie, that's nice. So we get a nice little bit of rusty tomatoes going on there. Yeah, so yeah, I mean. So they got back to shore, they were all quite confident on the situation, and they just said, you know, we tried to follow him, and they tried to track Double Agent 119 down, but the meeting I've had with Michelin's is they don't really need to do that, okay? So we have got a bit of sad news, we've got some sad news. Now, later on that day, there was a local, a fisherman, well he wasn't on a fit, but he can't swim, right? And he was on the shore casting off his fishing rod made out of bamboo shoots, some gaffer tape, I think he used some shoelaces for for a fishing line. Weren't catching fuck all, doesn't really know what he's doing, to be honest with you. And apparently a body washed up on shore. Yeah, a half-eaten body washed up on shore. A description was one of the legs was wearing a flip-flop, same as 00 Agent 119. There was a pair of pink underpants on the body with a huge brown stain on the rear end, probably shat yourself, and wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt with sharp bite marks on it, blood everywhere and all that. Head was missing, so we haven't got 100% confirmation or ID on that front, but I think we can suggest that it is 00 Agent 119. So we've got an RIP moment for 00 Agent 119. I'd like to hear a little bit of a commiseration to 00 Agent 119. You know, at the end of the day, he never got off to one of the best starts. At the end of the day, you know, he was a little bit hampered by the stupidness of Michelin at the end of the day. And I'll need to do a bit of mixing out. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? It's just. Is at the end of the day, it's probably one of them things, yeah? It's just one of them things that when you've got people in high authority that think they know what they're doing and they actually don't, it's just, I mean, I'm ashamed by it and everyone else should be as well. You know, that's another agent lost. I said to him, you know, at the end of the day, well, I'm now going to hold you completely responsible because that's another soul lost to your tragic incompetentness of whatever the fuck you were doing. They've accepted it. They've basically said sorry. They are going to compensate his family, so they've already sent a cheque over for £4.50, right? I said to myself, well, that's not exactly very good, is it? It's not a lot, is it? And they've agreed with that, and they've just said, yeah, you are right, but what can we do? I said, well, you can give them a bit more money than that, couldn't you? I mean, fucking hell. Talk about being a bit of a tight arse, that's taking a piss, isn't it? But there we go. Right, we've got some coriander. So I'm going to whack some of this in, so we're going to squidge it up in a bowl. Right, make sure you can get it all squidged in with your hands, and we're just going to roughly chop it. There we go. There we go, stalks and all, because that's where the flavour is, right? There we are. So there we are. So that's the, you know, that's the tragic situation and tragic circumstances. There we go. Right. Okay, right, I'm going to take this off now. Right, that's the Bombay potatoes done. They're done. There's nothing really much to them, to be honest with you. So, right, now we're going to transfer it in this box. So we'll give you a little show. Right. So that's the old Bombay potatoes there now. There we go. Right. So we're going to gently place these in. I hope they all go in at the same sort of rapid rate of knots. Right, I want to get all that juice, all that flavour. That's where the flavour's going to be, right? That is where the flavour is concentrated into all them different aspects of the situation, right? Right, okay. Okay, right, that's good, that's cushy. Right, now I need to give this a wash. Because there's other things that we need to start doing. So while I'm giving that a wash, right, we're going to do a little bit of magic hands. Right, okay, welcome back. So, right, now we've got an onion. Now, what I want to do is I want to fry off this onion. This is going to go, we're going to put this in the curry, right? So, I just feel I want more substantial onion content in here, right? So I'm going to cut that out. I want to skin this. There we go, that's nice. There we go. Right, okay. Right, so the curry's still in the fridge. Now, how I want to do this is I want like semi-chunks, alright, of onion. So I'll cut it like that. Right, now we've got the bell pepper. So I'm just going to cut it. There's different ways you can cut this bell pepper. You know, there's no rhyme and reason to any right way or anything like that. So don't like start getting like emotional on us or anything like that. So let's get the seeds out. So just de-seeding that pepper now. Okie dokie. Right. Okie dokie. Right, here we go. So we're now going to slice it. Now I want the green bell pepper to be fairly biggish chunks as well. Make sure you cut the whites out. You don't want them bits in there. Right, okie dokie. Right, okay, that's fine. I don't want too much, right? We don't want to. I want to just create a little bit of extra colour, right? Nothing too spicy and nothing too obligatory. Right, I want a couple of green chilies, about 3 green chilies as well. So we'll whack them in as we go, right? Okay, oil. Now, what am I doing? I'm just going to fry off these. So I just want that to start smoking because we're going to play this fast and loose, all right? Now, what are we putting in? Well, the first thing I'm putting in is some cumin seeds. I'm going to put the rest of the cumin seeds in. I want some fennel seeds in now. And I want some mustard seeds. It's just a bit too many. So some black mustard seeds. Right, okay. Let's get it in there. Right, it's starting to catch. So we want petals, right? That is what we're after. We can get that. So you got to be fairly quick with this. Like we can't be dilly-dallying or anything like that. We want petalage. Now, why do we want that? Well, that's gonna help to. It's gonna help to bulk up that curry. Now, the curry is fine. Okay. Now, the only thing we did forget to put in the curry was a bit of sugar. All right. So you do need to do that. We forgot to do that. Right, okay. Not like on purpose. I basically done it just to see if anyone would notice, and no one fucking notices. So, there we go. A little bit of salt. There we go. Yeah, so, here we go. There we are. So make sure you break these up into petals. Don't just chuck it all in this one lump and go, oh, that'll do. That's not what we're after. Because we're after bulking up that curry now, and the only way you're going to do it is by cutting these onions in a very specific way, yeah? You can try it how you want it. You can cut them up into small chunks if you want. That's entirely up to you. Right, I need a bit of garlic as well. That'll do. Oh, a bit's gone in there. Oh, fucking hell, right, whatever. I've got to be fairly quick, otherwise that'll catch and then it'll start to burn while we're doing the fucking garlic. So, right, garlic is not happening. Right, now it is. Right. Okie dokie. Right. Now I want the green peppers in. So you can see what I mean. So when we fold this into the curry, it will help it mould into a bit of a murray. Right, a bit of butter as well. The butter is just going to help to smooth out the flavours, right? It's going to give it a more textural glance and a more aromatification of the flavours, alright? Okay, so we whack up a little bit more. Right, yeah, so anyway, so I bet everyone was thinking, oh, I wonder anyone who was watching last night who's assuming I'll be able to complete that dish last night. There's probably 1 or 2 idiots on there going, oh no, he'll complete it tonight, don't worry about that. Like, no chance. I mean, I was so pissed that I had absolutely no chance of doing it. I mean, I thought I did. I thought I might have had a bit of a hope in hell, but you know, it just took a while to create, yeah. Right, chilli wise, we want big chunks of chilli, yeah. Alright. And all we're doing it for is for textural flavours and to give the curry a little bit more of an eye catcher. Yeah, that's all it is. Oh shit, that one's escaped. Right, so we're just going to use this to bulk up that curry. Because like I said, I had a bit of it last night. Oh shit, I've just scratched my eye. Oh flip, I'm probably going to have hot eye now. I want to get this smoking a little bit. Okay, it's nice. Right, I want to put a lid on that box. So these are called 2 litres, and we're going to put a lid on that. Right. I'll just have it, I can put it in the fridge so it's out of the way for a minute. Can we do that? Have I got enough room in the fridge? Yes, he has. Why has he got room in the fridge? Because he's a fucking master, that's why. Right. So, I mean, this, yeah, I mean, like I said, this could probably be, we've still got a bit of a way to go on this yet, lads, so, like, don't get too excited. We've still got quite a way to go. We've still got the onion barges, they're made, we've made the onion barges, we've done all that last night, that's in the fridge, but we've still got the keema, the naan to do as well. Alright, so I just want to get the Bombay's done, I want to get this done ready for the curry, which we're going to bring out in a minute. I want to see this smoking though at the moment, and the heat that's in here is not quite hot enough. I'm going to put a little bit of coriander in. Sizzling in the fucking thing. I mean, there is going to be coriander going in the final curry dish anyway, but I just want to be able to. There we go. We're getting a nice bit of smoke now. Right, now we're getting. So we want to just give them onions a nice colour. All right, that's all we're doing. Right, I'm going to turn it down. And now we're going to get the curry out. Shit. Right, okay. Okay, back on with that. There we are. Right, so while that's heating through, right, because it's going to take a while to get this all up to a bubbly situation. Once them bubbles, yeah, once the bubbles are starting to produce from that curry, because at the moment it's going to be quite solid, alright, as you can see it's going to be quite thick. It's a very thick curry, so we need to like loosen it up a little bit. So while we're doing that, we're going to remember to put in some sugar, right? So let's do that now, because I didn't do that last night and I forgot to. So we need to put in about a teaspoon of sugar. That should be fine. And that'll just help to like almost like smooth out any rough flavours, alright? So we've already salted it, but as you can see, right, this is what I mean. So you want the onions, a slight bit of tinge on them, they're softer, you know, and all that's going to add more flavour into that curry as well, alright? So it's just something to help to bulk the curry out a little bit. That's all it was for, to be honest with you. Now, the rest of the potatoes, I'm going to whack in the curry as well. So I need to put that over there. Right, let's get these potatoes out. Oh, one's escaped. Right, okay. So I know people will be going, oh yeah, but you've got fucking Bombay potatoes as well. Doesn't matter, yeah, it's about bulking out a curry. Like, you've got to think about what a curry is, right? It's basically like, it's almost like, not like peasant food, because obviously there can be different types of curry, but if you think of it almost as if like peasant food, right? And what do peasants do? Well, they use all the natural ingredients that surround them, don't they? Because they want to be able to, you know, get as much out of their dish as they possibly can. And you're not going to do that, yeah? You're just not going to be able to do that if you start restricting yourself to different aspects of survival. Because don't forget, a lot of these curries, right, were invented in like the Himalayas, on like, you know, in some little like pokey ass little village out of nowhere. You know, they've maybe got a raggedy goat that's got, you know, probably got fucking rabies or something, and they've probably got other little things. You know, they might have some corn, they might have maybe an old pit of bread they've bought from like the local supermarket 3 months ago. It's got a bit of mould on it. That goes in as well. They don't give a shit. As long as they can feed themselves and sustain themselves, I mean, from being blown off a mountain, because they're all a bit thin and things like that. And that's where these sort of dishes come in. Like, you know, I'm not talking out of ignorance, I'm talking out of observations and basically respect for them, for saying, yeah, you've done well, you've made a curry and everyone loves it, and that's all I've got to write. That's all I've got to write. So we've got a bit of bubblage coming up on here now. I'm going to put in a little bit more butter. Alright, I'm just going to add some more butter into this situation, because that will just, and the butter as well will just help to smooth out them flavours. Yeah, if there's going to be any toxicities in there, yeah, it's going to be able to smooth them out and give them a more like richer, smoother taste. I don't want the curry's going to be blowing my head off anyway, yeah. It's not a case of, oh, it's going to be like a korma. This ain't a fucking korma, but at the same time, we want it to be sensible, you know. I'm eating it, not you, so there we go. So I'm now starting, it's starting to heat up a bit now. Right, so I'm going to put all these flavours in now. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of water. There we go. There we are. Right, so we're just going to mix that round. So the water's going to help to just dilute it a little bit, yeah, because otherwise, you know, the sauce will be just a little bit too thick, and we're not completely after that. Right, now I'm going to put in the potatoes. Yeah, and don't forget, a lot of curries in India itself are all vegetarian, yeah. Like, they don't eat beef. I don't know why they, I mean, I can understand them eating beef, but they probably could like eat a bit of beef and just like say, I'm going to sacrifice this cow to the gods, you know, write them a letter and say, is it alright, you know, we're a bit hungry and there's loads of beef here. But they don't, do they? They just like suffer in silence. And there's no need to suffer in silence. Suffering in silence is unnecessary and is unacceptable in the modern day and age. So I don't understand it, and nor should you. They don't understand it, they just go along. I mean, at least they've got first principles, let's just say that. So, right. Okie dokie, that's nice. Right, that is cool. So, what have we done here this morning? Well, not this morning, this afternoon, right? Because this is the day after the night before. Right, what we've done is we've been able to transmogrify a situation that'll be a better ability for both of us, because nobody likes to see, right, nobody likes to see a loser, right? Nobody likes to say, oh, he's cheating because he just went down the curry shop and bought a curry and now he's pretending to cook it. That ain't the case. I make my own curries, mate, yeah? All my curries are homemade, yeah? We make them fresh from scratch, and if you don't like it, then I don't know, go to McDonald's and get a burger or something, I don't know. Well, actually, Wimpy's good. I mean, I do like a Wimpy, to be honest with you. We used to have a Wimpy in our high street, but it's gone now, which is a bit of a shame, so a bit gutted about that. I see what I might do. I might put some nuts in it as well, actually. I've got some cashew nuts that I might whack in, actually, so I can do that. I need a bag though, don't I? I need a bag of joy. So I'll tell you what we'll do with the nuts. We'll put the nuts on top. We'll save them for a bit later. We'll put the nuts on top for a bit later on. We're going to let this curry finally cook out now. Right. Okay. Right, we need to have a little taste of this because I need to see if there's any adaptations that I need to start to sort out. Let's have a look. That's better. That's a lot more smoother. Yeah, that's nice. Still quite hot, still got a real sweet, it's got more like a sweety texture to it now. Very, very nice. That is very nice. I'm actually really, really pleased with that, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. I've got no qualms with that at all. I mean, that is fucking a winner. So them other chicken thighs are in there, alright? I'm going to turn this off, and I want it just a real, real low simmer. I'm probably just going to keep it on a 2. I'm going to let it bubble away, and I just want that to be able to ease itself in, right? I want that to be able to ease itself in to any other situations, right? Okay, I'm going to check cam productions are all cool. Right, I'm going to call that a part 4, and I'll see you lovely bastards in part 5, where we basically start doing the naan. No, we start frying off the onion barges, and then we do the naan, and it should be serving up time, right? I'm going to leave that to bubble away. I'm actually going to put it on a 1. I really want a real low heat, yeah? That's all I want to do. Right, I'll see all these lovely fuckers in part 5. Anything else? That's it. I'll leave it with you. Take it easy.